Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of the Atlas podcast. Today I'm with Victoria Schmidt, and we're going to get into a few questions that you guys have asked. The first question is, how do you deal with unsupportive boyfriends in prep or just in general in life? So would you like
boyfriends or just like family members?
I think they're just talking about boyfriends, not family members. And would you like to start?
So how do you deal with boyfriends that are unsupportive, let's say when you compete? Ooh, that's a tough one for sure. Because if you don't have the support of your family, your friends, or even your boyfriend, and if you imagine you live with the person and you don't have the support, you have to tell yourself that at the end of the day, you prep for yourself. That it should just be something in your life that you can balance. You should be able to still work. You should be able to still function in your day-to-day life. Competing as a bikini athlete is not, I mean, it's hard, but like, you're not dying. You should still function. For sure, it's hard.
Closer to the show, you might be very unfunctional, but...
Yes, but let's say 4 months out of prep, you should function. Not being with someone that's supportive, maybe consider leaving the boyfriend.
I think it just depends on...
Yeah, it depends
if let's say you're completely consumed by bodybuilding and you can't do anything else in your life, that I get it, I'd be annoyed too. But just in general, if they're going against your goals and what you want to do with your life and you're really into bodybuilding and you are still you are still spending time with them and giving them things that they need, then I guess you need to be on the same level to be able to.
If you can balance your love to compete and your love for the person, that's fine. If you really can't find any balance between the two, for sure you're going to have relationship issues, and that's on you to decide whether that person is good for you or not. But you said having someone that's supportive while competing and just in life in general, I think your significant other should always be there for you and always support you regardless of what your life choices are.
Unless you're doing something stupid.
Obviously. But if you're not, why would you be with that person that makes you feel like shit for just being who you are or just doing what you love?
I think that goes, actually, I want to stop right there because this goes into a good point where I don't see it too often, but sometimes I'll see, let's say like an athlete like turns pro or qualifies to the Olympia or starts doing really well. The boyfriend sometimes will get insecure, right? And it's typically not a husband, typically it's a boyfriend. Even if they've been with the person for a long time, they'll see that their partner is evolving and getting better and getting more spotlight, more social media attention, and they'll get insecure and try to gaslight their girlfriend into thinking that they're doing something wrong. So I've seen this a lot where it's like the girl is an amateur, turns pro, okay, and then they maybe qualify to Olympia, then the boyfriend just gets so insecure because they start getting DMs from people. They're starting posting their glutes on social media. Maybe they were doing before, but maybe now they're posting like they're winning, and the boyfriend, if he's not a good partner and he's not a leader and not an alpha male and someone that's confident in themselves, they'll tell their girlfriend they're doing something wrong and say, oh, this is consuming your life. Oh, now you're getting so much attention, you're not going to care about me. Oh, like trying to gaslight them when the girl is actually just elevating. And that's a bad partner. That's a weak man. I coach girls so much for so long and hundreds, and they talk to me about these things, and I don't get involved, but I just listen, just to gather information and see where they are in the life. And it's just so, women are complicated, but they're not too complicated of what they want, like in a partner. Typically, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but most women want a man that's going to lead and take charge and be able to not tell them what to do, but guide them through life, right? Some people think they're an alpha male and they're not. They're just an asshole. It's different. An alpha male protects, they guide, they provide, and they give security to the girl. An asshole who says they're an alpha male is abusive, mean, puts them down, tries to belittle the girl, tries to make them small. Just because you're an asshole doesn't mean you're an alpha male, right? An alpha male is a leader. And I feel that some guys think that they're alpha male and they're really not, and they just try to disguise themselves as that just because they're loud and aggressive. That's a beta male. That's a loser. And I feel bad for these girls that are in this position where they're with someone for a long time and they start doing better than their partner, and then the partner starts belittling them and trying to gaslight them. And guys, if you're listening to this podcast, the second that a girl senses that you think that they're better than you, they're going to lose respect for you and they're going to leave you or cheat on you.
That's actually true.
It's true. You need to have confidence in a relationship. You need to show the girl that you're with that you're equal and you're confident and you don't mind them doing well. And if you're intimidated by your girlfriend doing better than you, making more money than you, work harder. Be a better man. Be a better provider. If you're providing for your girlfriend and you're supporting them and they can trust you and they feel protected around you, your girlfriend can be doing great and being amazing and looking hot and being healthy, and you're going to like it and you're going to be happy about it and not try to keep them enclosed in like a cage and be like, no, this is bad, just to try to not make them surpass where you are, right? To try to keep them in. And it's sad because sometimes it actually works for some men, is they actually try to like just bring their girlfriend down, and when they just like, they're being put down by the guy all the time so that they just feel like they're worthless instead of like actually just being their full potential, right? But a smart girl is going to realize what the guy is doing, and they're going to leave them, because you can't tell your girlfriend, you're going to leave me when you get better at this. Oh, you're going to leave me because I don't make enough money. Oh, you're going to leave me if another guy messes you. Because then it just shows you have no confidence, and confidence is everything for a guy. Yep. If you have no confidence, you're not going to get a good girl, right? Girls are attracted to confidence. They're attracted to an alpha male leading. They're attracted to someone that believes in themselves and that can provide to. The girl needs to feel comfortable around you and safe around you, and that they can rely on you. But if the girlfriend is your mom, or you have to always take care of her, they don't feel like you're providing, or you're insecure, or they have to like always split utilities and expenses for everything, but then they also have to clean your house and do this. It's not equal, and there's a lot of men that can provide that when you can't. So just be a better man. And once you're the confidence, you can't fake confidence, right? You can, but then it's people can read through it. If you're a good man and you work hard and you make a good living and you're not lazy, you're going to naturally have a confidence in yourself, even if you're not super good looking. No, but seriously though, like you can have a man that's not super good looking and he has a lot of confidence and he's successful. That's going to attract a lot more women than a guy who's super good looking and weird or not confident in himself. And quirky.
Because that can create his beauty. Like someone who's very good looking, but like you said, is very rude, very mean, just brings every girl down. I'm sorry, but even though you're very pretty, you become very ugly real quick. And it's the same thing.
That's the same thing for women. Like, before Anna and stuff too, I've dated girls that are super beautiful, right? Shitty heart, just emptiness within them, not smart. It's a complete turnoff. There's nothing for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So what's your ideal, let's say, like characteristics of a man, and what's your opinion on the things that I mentioned before?
I think you're absolutely right about a man that needs to provide, needs to take care of the woman. Woman needs to feel secure. I personally wouldn't be able to be with a man that doesn't support my goals, my dreams, what I do as a day-to-day life, what my passions are. Because at the end of the day, you're sharing your life with someone else, right? So let's say you're 50-50 and your other 50 is completely right and you're completely left. How can that work?
You got to meet in the middle.
Yes, you need to find yourself in the middle. You cannot create a life with someone that doesn't believe in everything that you do, because your thoughts are going to be completely different. Your values are going to be completely different. Forget about communication, because for sure you have no communication. All these things, I think, let's say we're bringing it back to competing. If I would want to compete and my boyfriend wouldn't agree with me competing, I would find it extremely hard to be able to be with him and compete. I would have to make a sacrifice if that's what I want. Because for me, if you don't agree with what I do and you don't support me, are you compatible with me? There's literally 7 billion people on the planet. I'm going to find someone else that's going to support my dreams, that's going to support my goals, and that is actually going to be there for me when I'm going to need the person to be there for me, you know? If your boyfriend is really not agreeing with anything that you're doing, why being with him? Like, prep is already so hard. Why being with someone that makes it harder? If you're with someone that doesn't uplift you or doesn't help you in any way, why are you even with that person? You know?
Yeah, the person you're with should make you a better person. And
absolutely.
elevate you as a person.
In any way.
The reason I was with Hannah for 4 years is because she has such a good heart. She's just a better person than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good person, but she's just so pure. And not that we're both far extremes, but just we would agree on a good middle ground where we can work together. But yeah, as far as that, I think that especially if there's a lot of people out there, and I know, as you said, there's 7 billion people and stuff too, but if you're a man, I'm talking to the man right now, if you're a man and you're not able to really, by providing, I'm not talking about spoiling your girlfriend and dating a gold digger, right? I've never dated a gold digger in my life. I never will.
No.
Right? If someone just with you for money, it's just you can tell right away. But I'm saying if you're lazy and you don't really work that much and your girlfriend's splitting the bills with you and you're not supportive, then what does the girl gain from being with you? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that if you're supportive, you could be an asshole, but I'm saying if you don't have a lot of the characteristic traits that should come with being just a man and a leader, then the girl has other options. And the thing is that you know that too yourself as a man, right? With a guy that says, say they're pretty good looking, they have a good heart, but they're not a leader. So like you're running the show, you're making the decisions.
It probably depends because some girls like that, some other girls don't like that.
Do you think some girls like that though? Really?
Because there are girls that are very strong-minded and they're like, no, you listen to me or my way or no way.
I agree with you, but I think it's funny because I feel like the women that are like that, they need a guy that's could almost put them in their place and lead even a little bit more than them because they're going to have respect. I've had I have a very strong personality. I've had girlfriends when I was younger that are just like Play-Doh, right? You can walk all over them. You don't respect them at all. No. I would need someone that has also a strong personality, but also lets me lead and has respect that way. You know what I mean? And by leading, I don't mean, you know, not giving your opinion or not.
You do this, you do that.
No, it's not ordering around. It's just having a respect of like the dynamic. And I feel like alpha women, like even yourself, like you need a leader. You wouldn't be able to be with someone, you're a leader, you wouldn't be able to be with someone who's not a leader. Victoria is a very alpha female, very. And her boyfriend Luca is also an alpha male, but he will lead. Like she'll listen to him.
It goes both ways, I feel. But that's why we have a good balance. Because like he said, I'm an alpha woman, but he's an alpha man. But it's like the combination of both. Sometimes
I feel like the very alpha female, they get stuck in a position where it's like, if they don't understand, if an alpha female dates a beta male, they're going to walk all over them, they're going to cheat on them, they're not going to respect them.
I know that I would never be able to have that.
A beta male,
because I would get very annoyed by the person and I would literally want the person to be like, ugh, like react, you know? Become a man. Stop being so like soft about everything. Like actually give me something. But that's me personally. There are women that really like the opposite of that.
You think though? I don't know.
Oh yes, for sure. I think that comes too with age though, because I actually said that.
I think maybe a very like soft woman that has like very not a leader can be with someone who's also not a leader and they just don't lead together. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just shit because your relationship.
I think I've seen two very like soft people, then they just live a very simplistic life and there's no goals achieved and it's just whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you're happy like that, but actually no, that's very true because I know people like that. Both sides are just so passive, so passive.
It could work, but I mean, you need some type of balls in a relationship to be able to succeed in life. A very passive person is not going to get much done. You know what I mean? If you have two of them, it's going to be a mediocrity.
It's not like you have someone that helps you grow and evolve and actually get out of your comfort zone.
Because they're so passive. But I see sometimes too, like some women are just so alpha, right? And they're just single forever, right? Or they can't find a man. And the reason is because they're so combative with other alphas, like they don't let them lead. An alpha male is never going to submit completely to an alpha female. You just can't, because then you feel like if you're an alpha male and you submit so much, you feel very feminine, right? You need to be a good like, masculine, feminine energy in a relationship to be able to work. I've had girls that are so alpha, they make me feel like they almost demasculinize me like a little bit. And it's such a turnoff. I'm like, I would never date you. And these girls end up being single forever. They never get married. They never have kids or anything because they just so combative and they need to lead so much that an actual alpha male is never going to deal with that.
What can they do to not be like that?
I think sometimes it's just their personality and they just want to lead so hard and they're stuck. This is why they're stuck, because they need an alpha male to put them in a place where there's a good dynamic where they're masculine and feminine energy, right? But they just don't allow it to happen. And then what they do is they date betas, they walk all over them, they cheat on them, and they leave them. So they can't date the alpha because they don't submit at all. And they can't date the beta because they don't respect them at all. So they just end up single forever. I swear, I see this so often.
So let's say these women that are listening to us, what can they do?
What can they do?
Needs to be a solution.
I don't think it's complicated.
So what can they do?
Men, very simple. It's very simple. It's so simple. So simple, okay? Simple. Men, okay? Work hard. Provide for your women. Don't be a lazy piece of shit, okay? There's so many ways to make money in a good way where you can provide and make a decent living. Even if you're not that smart. Work your ass off. Support your women. support her, but also provide for her and give like a safe place for her to feel protected. If she's not safe around you and doesn't feel protected around you, she's going to go to another man who she can feel that way with. It's just the way it is, right? And if you don't have confidence in yourself, build the confidence by working hard and elevating yourself. If you're worth more and you're proud of yourself and you believe in yourself, you're going to naturally be confident. You can't fake confidence, right? So be a better man, and then you're going to find a better woman and be able to be a better man for your woman. And for a woman, I think women, it's a little bit easier. If you're very combative all the time with alpha males, you let no one lead, you're going to have a hard time finding someone. Very hard time. All the alpha females I know that are married, my mom's very alpha, right? Like my aunts are all alpha, my grandmother's alpha, a lot of my friends' wives are all alpha female. They're all, but they let the man lead and they can respect the man, right? If the woman's bossing around this and the guy's a little pet doing everything, like it's a shit dynamic and the woman's not going to be happy. The guy, maybe the guy's going to be happy if he's weak, but I think there needs to be good like masculine, feminine energy between both. And you can find a balance. Like you can both be alpha and come to an agreement that the man is the man and the woman is the woman. And
like you have, but like you have your place and I have my place.
There still needs to be some type of masculine, feminine dynamic. It's not about roles. I'm not saying the woman clean all day and take care of the kids and the man works. I'm saying, but there needs to be a masculine, feminine energy there where this is the man, this is the woman, and you come together, right?
I agree with that 100% because the man is going to feel powerful in that persona and the woman is going to feel powerful as well.
But the man needs to earn that, right? If you're a wolf pack, the alpha male isn't just, okay, this is the pussy male and he's the alpha. No, he earns that. He earns the respect from the pack and he's the strongest one. You can't pretend to be an alpha male. You can't pretend confidence. You can't pretend all this shit because they're going to see right through it. So you need to earn that level of being an alpha male, being a provider, being a supporter, being all that. And then the woman, if it's a good woman, she's going to be able to submit to you and be able to have the proper masculine and feminine energy. If you know you're a very alpha male and you get along with a lot of alpha females, and there's a one-off woman who's very alpha and just it's very combative, if you're a guy listening to me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like such a turn off. You're like, ugh, never. And then you go look at them 10 years later and they're still saying because they can't find, until they finally learn that there needs to be some type of dynamic. Yeah. And it's so funny. I've been coaching women for 8 years and I've coached thousands. I talk to women all day. I can talk to a woman for 5 seconds. Again, an Uber driver, the way they talk, the way they communicate, I always know if they're married or not, if they're in their 50s.
Before you see their fingers, you can know if they're married or not. I know, and I look and I confirm
every time.
Why?
Because I can tell the personality of if a guy's going to deal with that or not. And it's not even because they're aggressive or whatever. Sometimes it's just they're the opposite or just like they're like an annoying type of thing where it's at that age, they want peace.
Around what age?
If they're like 40s and their 50s, I always know.
Oh, yeah.
Especially 50 and over, always. I always know. I have like a magic radar, I swear. But it's because I'm around women so much, I know how they communicate.
You see just with our clients.
There's not many jobs in the world where a man is going to be able to communicate with hundreds of women like a week, even like a daily basis, right? So, and they talk to me, I don't give, this is a general thing, right? So I will never talk like this with a client because it's not my place.
Yeah.
But I listen to what they're saying just because it affects their private stuff too. And I'm able to learn so much.
Let's say in our questionnaire that we send across, they have to say, how do you feel, description of your week, stuff like that. So a lot of girls actually talk openly about what's going on in their personal life, and that's how we get to know our clients. We have monthly phone calls with you. Sometimes
they'll be like, oh, my boyfriend this, and then they'll go into it and talk about it. If you see your girl winning, that should give you bliss and happiness in your heart. If for some reason it brings you like some type of sadness or anger or resentment, you're fucked. If for some reason seeing your partner win hurts you or if makes you feel some way, you have some fucking problems.
Luca went pro card. He competed that day too, but he didn't win his pro card. And the fact that I won, them both. And the fact that I won my pro card, he told me like, oh my god, that day, like it just made my day. You know, thank God, because it made my day from 0 because he didn't win his pro card to 100 because I won my pro card.
So imagine if Luca, her boyfriend, was one of those guys I was saying where he has no confidence, right? And he is not a supporter. He's not her safeguard. He's not all these things, and he just lost. And her girlfriend just won the Orville 1 pro card. This is a nightmare. Because then the girlfriend elevates. He's either the same or a little bit lower. And there's a bigger gap between them, metaphorically. And that just brings a bigger insecurity. So he'll argue with her. But girls sense that, though. If you ever tell your girlfriend, oh, you're going to leave me for someone this, or you're going to leave me for someone this, you're fucked. Because they sense... I'll get it a little bit personal. Like, when I was with Hannah, we were together for 4 years. And there was so many guys in her DMs. A-list celebrities... professional basketball players, billionaires in her DMs all the time. And she would just like, whatever. She would always be like, I don't care about that. I'm with you because of your character and you're a leader and you make me feel comfortable and safe. And she has the opportunity to date anyone she wants, but she goes for the personality so much. And I really respect that about her. When she told me that, I was like, that's the reason why I did it in the first place. I knew that she had a good heart, but I was just like, you have the opportunity to have an easy life, right? She moved from Iran to here. Nothing. Okay, she used to own 2 gyms. She's a master in architecture. She worked here. She barely spoke any English. She was working like minimum wage to start off and just started from nothing. She could have dated a billionaire and just have an easy life. Just some girls take that route, but
it boosted your confidence because you realize that, oh my God, my girlfriend is so beautiful and like she literally attracts men that are from high status, let's say.
I don't think it changed my confidence at all.
Sure, you were happy to see that.
Yeah, but
some guys message her high status.
No, not really. I don't care. It doesn't change anything. I only date like high value women. So all my girlfriends. Let me explain to you. It's like, I'm not that they're the most beautiful, even though they are. That's not what I'm talking about. High value. High value is like they're respectful. They have a good heart. They're not showing their asshole all day on social media. Easy access to everyone. You know what I mean?
No, but what I'm saying is that it's cool that she gets these messages. Let's say you walk around and someone tells your girlfriend that she's hot. Wouldn't you be happy?
Not really. I'd be like, you're weird. But
well, no.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Like, you know that she's yours. So it's actually cool that regardless or else she gets comments or not, like at the end of the day, she's yours. You're taking her back home. It should be something that everyone should be like, if you're confident and you trust your partner, you should be happy that your girlfriend gets so many compliments because it's cool. Like, I mean,
or your girlfriend does well or whatever.
Yes,
yeah. Like some guys will get someone will like DM their girlfriend. They'll get so insecure and message the guy and this. Relax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You need to have confidence in your girl first.
Yeah.
And then whatever happens,
they'll take care of it. They'll take care of it, and they'll be the ones to sell the person off. You know what I mean? But yeah, I thought that was.
I think for me, let's say someone who. No, I'm not going to give any example, but I think it's a good thing. Okay, forget about it. Delete it.
No, wait, what are you going to say?
I lost my train of thought.
Or I know, me too, but let's go back.
We're
keeping this in. I'm not cutting this.
We're losing
We're going to a depot. It's unsupportive boyfriend. And we're talking about this dynamic has to work with this and this is... I'm keeping it. I'm not deleting. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I just think that if your girlfriend gets compliments, is successful in life, is doing great at something, is building a business, is building a name, turned pro, whatever she's doing, you as a man should be proud, should respect her, should support her, should just be happy because your significant other is doing well. And
that's exactly why you should be with them in the first place, because they're a good person and they're getting better and better, right?
100%. Someone, like in life, you should always evolve, right? If your significant other is evolving, first of all, you should be happy for that person and it should motivate you to evolve as well, right?
What's sad, actually,
What?
is if you're saying if you're like a lazy man and you can't support, and then your girlfriend's getting better and you try to bring her down to be your level.
Oh.
No, but that's what I was saying before. That's what a lot of them do. It's just, that's so sad. Is you just want both of you to just be shit together. And that's like your life. You're like...
That's just going to build like a very unhealthy relationship. So many people like that.
I know. Let's say, free tips, okay? Let's say your girlfriend's like a high achiever and she's like paying your bills and you're one of those, right? And you're like lazy and she's staying with you for some reason. Let her do that and don't try to bring her down. And that's a good tip. Because
that's a very good tip.
If just be happy that she's carrying you through life and just support her and be there for her and she can lean on you if something goes wrong. But just let her carry you and also give her support and don't be overbearing and don't try to bring her down and don't try to suffocate her. You're going to be lazy, but you're going to let your girlfriend evolve and she's going to be happy and then you can be there.
And she's going to respect you because you're going to respect her.
Exactly.
Right?
But if a girlfriend's like a leader and she's growing and you suck so much that you're trying to bring her down to back to your suck level, bad news. She's going to leave you, and that's the second she knows that you know that you're worse than her, you're screwed. You're screwed.
You're screwed. Actually, that's such a good point. Just respect her. That's it. At the end of the day, you're in a relationship with someone, you should be happy. If you're not happy, well, move on. If someone does not respect you, does not respect your values, your goals.
I have a client, so sad, client a long time, but she's with a guy since she was like 22 or something, and then she's like 45 now, and she's been complaining about him for 8 years. He's rude, he's not respectful, tries to bring her down, and it's so sad that she wasted her whole like 20s and 30s like being disrespected by this person, just making her feel like so shit that she feels so small that she literally feels that she can't do any better. And she's so beautiful, so nice. She doesn't have any children at all, nothing. And she has everything to offer, but he just crushed her down so much that she feels so shit that he's the best thing that she can get because she knows nothing else. It's the only relationship she's had since she was 20 years old. She's 45. And it's so sad. It's
probably manipulating her like crazy.
And you know what's
that's hard to get out of your circle like that. But that like
it sucks because he could just leave her. Let's say they're 55. He can leave her and date a 30-year-old, but a 55-year-old woman's not going to date a 30-year-old man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. Guys have a lot bigger pool as they age versus women as they age. They do.
No.
Yes. How many guys that are like 55 years old that are wealthy and have date like a 30, 32, 35-year-old girl versus the opposite? No.
A woman is going to find a man at any age.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the pool for the age.
Gap?
Yes. Also, there's a lot of like baggage, right? So let's say like you're 55 years old and you get a divorce and you have 4 kids, right? And you're like, let's say like you're a woman trying to like date like another man, right? There's a lot of baggage both ways. But if you're a guy, right, you can date a 30-year-old that just got out of college and has a master's degree and they're starting fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like it's two different dynamics. There is. So I'm saying like if you're like in a shitty relationship and you're in the 20s and 30s, don't waste your youth on a loser. You know what I mean? I know it's hard to say, but if you're a good person and you know you're a good person, you have a lot to offer, there's going to be someone that's going to be able to see that. And, you know, even if you have to be alone for 6 months or 12 months or 2 years to find someone good, it's going to be worth it than wasting your whole life because the guy can be over when he's 50 years old or 40 years old and leave you and you have a lot of baggage and he can just date whoever he wants. No. It's not a fair playing field. It's just the way it is.
Anyway, you should go consult or
hey, go to a doctor? What the fuck?
Not a doctor, but you should definitely go consult.
Consult who?
By a therapist. You need to talk to someone about these things.
Yeah, don't keep it in. Don't let anyone...
No, don't keep it in.
Belittle you or make you feel small and make you feel like you're not good enough or anything.
Not to be happy.
Yeah, everyone deserves to be happy. Is how we're ending this podcast?
I don't know,
did we just do one question?
We did one question, but it was different.
All right. I went into this because I see this situation happen a lot. And I have so much data on this because I deal with so many women and they tell me so many things that it's not something that normal people have access to. So I can see so many patterns too.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to just talk about this and get into this because as a man, it's pretty simple what women want typically. And as a man, you typically know what you want in a woman too. So in a relationship.
Yeah.
So
no, it's true. We see so many things with all our competitors that it's...
And this is general. I'm not talking about anyone specifically. I'm not thinking of anyone specifically. I'm just saying in general... in life encompassing, even outside of bodybuilding, from my experience.
Can be helpful for literally anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just to support you while competing. It's to support you through life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This ends podcast number 7. We'll be posting this up in a week or so after podcast number 6 and 5 and stuff too. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave me comments. Let me know what you guys think. Anything you want to hear. If you agree, disagree. If you disagree and think I'm an asshole and I don't know what I'm talking about, and
yeah, write down in the comments. What do you think? And if you like subjects like that too, because we didn't talk really about bodybuilding, but
if you like those type of subjects too, let me know, and maybe even some other things that we can talk about that we can do in future podcasts. So
or like a cooking show.
We're not doing a cooking show. I don't know. I could cook like one piece of bread and like anything over
one piece of bread.
Anything over one ingredient is too complicated.
That's why he only eats Pro Bites.
Yeah. So
you have to try. If you haven't tried, you have to try.
Okay, we're not doing advertising.
I don't even know if we're doing it. Okay, just
we're doing advertising.
You know what? Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to podcast number 7. We'll see you guys soon.